Hello, sports fans, and welcome into this presentation of the Early Bird. This week we have Max Pinkerton from men's rugby. He's going to tell us all about what they're doing for Movember this year. That's coming up in just a second, but as always, we are sponsored by our good friends at Fortino's Main West, who know students love a discount, especially on their groceries. So be sure to head there every Tuesday with your student card to get a little discount on your groceries. All right, let's head into our interview with Max. Enjoy. Here we are, Max Pinkerton, fifth year out of Toronto, Ontario, the man, the myth, the legend for the men's rugby team right here at McMaster. Max, tell us how you're doing today, buddy.
I'm good, Duncan. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So happy to have you on the show. And we're here for a special reason to highlight some charity work that you are involved in. We're talking about Movember, of course. Tell me what you're doing with Movember and how you got started with this charity.
Right now, what we're doing with Movember is we have 7 teams involved in our committee. So that's the rugby team, volleyball, baseball, football, soccer, rowing, and swimming.
Wow.
And so together, together we're trying to raise over $19,000 in the name of men's health. And the way I got started with it was actually at McMaster in my first year. The rugby team's been doing this for 6 years now. I'm lucky to be in my 5th year participating in it. Thankfully, my mustache has gotten better over the years. So it's been it's one heck of a ride every Movember, just trying to raise awareness, get moving, which is a bit of a challenge for this year, and then also just raising some funds for a good cause.
Right on. And then what specifically are you guys doing, and how does it compare to what you've done in previous years for Movember? What kind of challenges are you guys navigating?
Yeah, so this year we're doing a lot different. This is the first year we've had 7 teams, so that's been a huge help. Much more of a social media presence. So we're at Mac Movember on Instagram and McMaster Movember on Facebook. So there we're just trying to throw out as much as we can with challenges. So every team gets entered in the U of Mo Sports Challenge.
Okay.
And there you can see teams compete against each other university wide. So it's throughout Canada. You can see.
Oh, right on.
So we're doing that. We have interviews. So we have interviews with a prostate cancer survivor.
Oh, wow.
Some Sam Wilson from Movember, and another public speaker who usually speaks about sports. So we have those interviews coming out. And we have a trivia night this Friday, so this will be fun. And then it's just a lot about selling T-shirts, talking to guys, all the little things. This year is a bit of more of a focus on like individuals doing stuff, and we recognize them. So a couple guys are doing Move for Movember, which is you try to move at least 60 kilometers for the month. That just signifies every minute a man dies from suicide. So you do 60 kilometers for that. I know the men's volleyball team is doing a poker night where they fundraised a prize to win, and then all the donations that go from the night go to Movember. So that's a huge thing that they're doing. Yeah, it's just like talking to guys, really, just having those informal conversations and just checking in and making sure everyone's getting through COVID well.
Right on. Yeah. Do you find there's a specific kind of focus on the mental health stuff this year, or are you guys still trying to keep that overall message of men's health?
Well, typically with Movember and university, it is a lot more focused on mental health, especially with COVID. It's come up even more. They've just released a really cool study about how men are doing with COVID. And a lot of men have found that like they're not really talking with anybody at the moment. So that like it's a huge concern that like that's where like the mental health issues can come up, is when you get isolated. There's a couple things that you can do to like help combat that. A simple acronym that I find myself using a lot is ALEC, which is ask, listen, encourage, and check in. It just helps you kind of like make sure that your friends are doing all right. And it's really easy to do, really. Just having conversation with maybe one of your buddies you haven't talked to in a while, and just kind of loosely follow that outline, and it does do a difference, make a difference, as you should say. Yeah, it helps.
So once more, give us that Instagram.
Yeah, so the Instagram is at Mac Movember, MAC Movember, and then the Facebook page is McMaster Movember.
All right, so we encourage everyone to go check that out. That is awesome stuff. Max, I've got to ask you, I'm sure you've noticed, and you were just about to get to it, that my mustache is coming in very nicely, depending on how the light hits it. So some days it looks good, other days it's not there, but today it's looking okay. Do you find that there's any styles of mustaches that are unacceptable? I know some people, they don't like the handlebar. That's too far. I've seen the monkey tail, the one that goes all the way around. I'm not a fan. But are there any ones that are out of bounds, or is anything okay for Movember?
I think anything goes, really.
Yeah.
I do appreciate your beautiful mustache, Duncan. It does
Thank
look
you.
great.
Thank you, sir.
But yeah, I know Jacob Zott on the men's football team.
Oh yeah.
He has a really awesome fundraising initiative where he had that huge beard.
Yeah.
And as you donate, he shaves it down, and some of those mustaches he's been shaving and look, pretty funny. But
Yeah.
no, I don't think any mustache is a bad mustache.
Okay, I just wanted to clear that up, make sure the ground rules were in place for mustache growing. And then I have to ask you one sports-related question, something outside of rugby. I had your teammate on the show a couple weeks ago, Meg Rathod, great guy. I'm going to ask you a question, and he doesn't get a chance to respond, so you got a good chance to set the narrative here. You guys are coming down the alley. Let's say you just both got a ball. It's not even a real game situation. Collision, who wins?
I'm gonna have to back myself, but I think Meg would probably back himself as well. So it'd be a good contest, that's for sure.
That's why I say you got the important opportunity to be the only one to answer the question. So you go ahead and pick yourself. That's all good stuff. Right on. That's Max Pinkerton joining us from his home. So happy to have you on the show, man, and continue to do the great work with Movember. Once again, go check them out at Mac Movember on Instagram and McMaster Movember on Facebook. Did I get that right?
Yep, those are perfect.
Right on. Go check that out. Go follow along with these guys. They're doing great work. That's Max Pinkerton. Thanks for joining the show, man.
Thanks, Duncan. Thank you so much.
All right, that's our episode for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Max for joining us, and thank you to Fortino's Main West for continuing to sponsor this show. Be sure to head there every Tuesday with your student card to get a discount on your groceries. If you haven't seen our old episodes, be sure to check them out on our YouTube right here or over at McMaster Sports on Instagram. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.